From the Keith Vince Hill Studios in Paterson, New Jersey, Green Arrow Media proudly presents Is This Real? Tonight, astrology. What is astrology? And now your host, JC3.
Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than isisrealpc.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit isisrealpc.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at isisrealpc.com. Welcome, everybody, to another fantastic episode of Is This Real?
Is this real?
Tonight's episode, as you heard Big Joe say at the beginning, we are talking about astrology. West, go to camera 2, middle camera. Boom! Astrology here. And in the booth tonight, we have across from me, we have Big Joe. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our program.
We have the Pope himself.
I'm the fucking Pope.
Pope, what did I call you last week? Pope Terminal or Pope something like
Pope
that?
Diddler, I don't know, something like that.
Something. And behind the booth tonight, we do have Wes there. Joshua is not with us tonight.
Pope Diddler's like a redundancy.
Yeah, no, let's not talk about Pope Diddlers. But tonight we are talking about astrology.
Yes, we are.
So first off, I'm not going to go to you because I know you're a 16-year-old little girl. But what do you believe as astrology?
Well, wait, before you answer that, do I have no? I can't go back at him.
I mean, this is an open forum.
No, go ahead. I'll save it for
Okay, so I don't particularly believe in anything when it comes to astrology. But a lot of people.
What a surprise!
There's a lot of people who get up
doesn't believe anything. Oh my God!
There's a lot of people who wake up every morning. They go online. They read their horoscope. Like that matters. It's the same thing with fortune cookies. It's the same thing with what we talked about last week. It's the same thing with tarot cards. It's all mumbo jumbo bullshit
tarot
that I don't
cards
believe
we'll talk
in.
about later in the season.
No, we will, and I'll make fun of them when we get there. But
All
I
right.
think it's all a bunch of mumbo jumbo horse shit.
West, what do you think about astrology?
For the most part, I just thought it was like stupid shit.
Stupid shit.
Yeah, like just it took off. Like I've always seen astrology when I was a kid. Like, it was in like newspapers and shit like that, like the daily horoscope. But like after a while, it just kind of like took the fuck off, and like people were just like they made it their personality.
All right.
That's really all I know.
All right. Big Joe, Dad.
I absolutely believe that the planets have an effect on psychological, much like the moon does. The moon has a pull on the Earth's what do you call that?
It's gravity.
Gravity, and it controls the flow of the ocean. I do believe that astrology does, and the reason I say that is because I'll give you this one. And I can only say this because it's in our own house.
Okay.
Geminis.
Yeah.
Okay. He can stroke it all he wants. Geminis
Pause.
are the twins. They got
Yeah.
two different personalities.
Sure.
So let me ask you a question, Anthony.
Uh-huh.
You're his brother?
Yes.
Okay. Does Joey have two different personalities or any more than two? Can you expect the same thing from him every time?
I always chalked up just him being a prick.
Okay. Now, your mother's also a Gemini, born one day apart.
That's true.
Okay. Can you get the same mother 2 days in a row?
There are times when her
That's the
attitude.
diplomacy
No.
in this
No. There are times when she is very easy to talk to, and there are other times where it's like trying to talk to this bottle of water. You'll get the same answer.
Right.
Like it's depends.
But they are
on
Gemini.
her.
But see, that's what I mean. They're
Depends
Geminis.
on her mood. It depends on her mood.
Hold on.
It's mood based. Now me.
Wait.
I
Hold on. Wait,
All
Wes, Wes, do you have anything to say for that? I'll ask the same question. Do I give you two types of different personalities?
I don't think so.
Right? I'm the same asshole across the board.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Thank you.
No, with Joey, it takes him a while to realize when I'm right. That's like him. I'll come up with something, and he'll be like, "I don't want to do that. That's not a thing. I don't want to do that." And we have this
That's
argument,
just called being stubborn.
and I'll go, "But Joey, this is the best course of action." He goes, "No, this is not what I want." And I go, "Okay, fine." I'll relent, and then 6 months, a year will go by, and he's like, "You know what? I'm thinking about we should do this." I'm like, "Oh, like when I said we should do it?" And he goes,
It happened
Yeah.
once.
"What's the name of our website right now?"
And I had no control of it because I couldn't rename it fucking greenarrowmedia.org.
I told you we should rebuild it from a completely different format anyway.
Well, no, the only reason I did
Those
this,
lights aren't on.
they aren't on, but I don't care.
My point is that's what Joey is. Joey will say no and then later on change his mind.
One side, one side.
Joey will change his mind later on based off of
Is it
new
that important that we put
circumstances.
him on now? Seriously.
Yes, it is.
Well,
Joey says it is. Let's see. Okay, the lights are now
All right,
on.
now the
There we
lights are
go.
on.
Now
Okay,
we're
fine.
balanced.
all right.
So if you're out there suffering from ADD, don't worry about it. Or OCD, don't worry about it. Joey fixed the problem.
Okay.
Okay, I'm.
Go ahead.
But please don't focus on the fact there's two people on one side of the table and only one on the other. That shouldn't fuck you up at all. Continue, Joey.
Well, no, I mean
You're big enough for two. Let's go.
It's a hosting thing. Now, did you have anything more to say? Like you're gonna stroke yourself off because you're a Libran? Is that what the next thing out of your
I thought
mouth
you were
was
a
gonna be?
Well,
Scorpio.
see, you know what?
No, was that going to be it?
First of all,
Just tell me yes or no.
no.
Okay, please. If this gets to the point where I hear you're stroking yourself off because I'm a Libran and we just know what's best.
So let me ask you this. Wait a minute.
Libran?
You came to me with a question. I give you an answer, and I'm
No,
being
I
off.
said, what do you believe as far as astrology? You said you do believe it.
Right.
Okay, now let's get into the definition.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
need
I'm-
examples.
All right. Well, Wes, strike my whole thing from the record. Go ahead.
He's not typing it out. Like, what are we in court?
I don't
Calm
know.
down. I know you've been in court a lot.
I've been nice to him. But you and him been going off on his fucking cell surplus. I haven't said a fucking word.
Cell surplus.
Okay.
Just because I'm large doesn't mean you have to go after my ass.
I mean, he knows all about cells. We know that. But the
I have never even been arrested. This is fallacy. You're besmirching my good name.
besmircheries. Okay, so the exact definition, and this is what I love about this. This is why I praise you, Britannica. I go to this over Wikipedia.
Sure.
Astrology is the method of predicting mundane events based upon the assumption that the celestial bodies, particularly the planets and the stars considered in their arbitrary combination or configurations called constellations, is some way either determined or indicate changes in the sublunar world.
Okay.
Meaning it don't mean shit.
Meaning that we look at the stars to try and tell us a fortune or fate or something, and that we're assuming that it matters, and it doesn't.
So, what are these astrology signs?
Well,
Can,
we have
can you
12
read?
of
Can
them.
you? Yeah. Can you guess them all off the top of your head?
Sure. We have Pisces,
Uh-huh.
Aries, Taurus, Leo, Cancer, Geminis, Aquarius. So that's 7 right there. So I need 5 more. Scorpio. That's another one. Libra.
You said that.
I said Libra. Okay.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Okay.
Capricorn,
Capricorn. That's it. I
and
got 2 more.
Aquarius. Did you get Aquarius?
Yeah, I got Aquarius. That's my wife's, so I know that one off the top of my head.
You said Aries.
Gemini.
So you said Gemini. So Aries, Taurus,
Yeah.
Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo,
Virgo. I forgot that
Libra,
one.
Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces.
Pisces. Okay.
Now, do you know what the personality traits are attached to all of these fucking things?
No,
No,
hell no,
because-
that's too much right there. But like, for the most part, aren't these all just these are just all constellations?
All constellations, yes. But let's go through the
Let's just bullet point it.
personality traits. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
So well, I'm all the way at the bottom. Sorry. So an Aries
That's me.
is competitive but insecure.
Okay, sure. I want to win, but I'm not sure I'm gonna win.
Well, no, I mean, he wants to win, but we tell him, Anthony, shut the fuck up. You're an asshole. That's fair.
That's fair. I am.
See? All right.
Okay.
A
so-
Taurus. Do we know any Tauruses?
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
that's
sister,
to be
Uncle
Amanda.
Pat.
Uncle
Oh.
Pat.
Do they
They're
seem to be the
loyal.
same to you?
They're loyal but stubborn.
No
Right,
shit.
yeah.
So we're proving that these are right.
So far.
I'm loyal but stubborn, and I'm not
Gemini,
A Taurus.
versatile but impatient.
Yes.
Versatile.
Versatile but impatient.
You and your mother are the anti-versatile. You
Stubborn.
guys are, yeah, stubborn.
That's a Taurus, according to this website.
That's why it
According
doesn't
to
make
this.
any fucking sense.
Stubborn. You have
Oh,
different
this is Vogue
personalities.
India.
Oh, Vogue India?
Yeah. Don't do a fucking voice. He wants to. Look at him. He's zoom into that face. Zoom into that face.
I don't want
Make
to.
it easy, Gatorade, and I am goddamn it, I'm a very good.
God damn you. All right, Cancer. Do we know Cancer? Any Cancers?
I don't.
No.
I
Wasn't
don't.
Papa Cancer?
My cousin.
No, your cousin.
Your cousin?
So maybe
Okay.
you can passionate but uncommunicative. They don't know how to. They don't know how to communicate well.
Just like you right now.
That's
No, I don't know how to
kinda-
fucking
kinda
say
bullshit.
words. Huh?
It's bullshit.
Say okay. Leo, confident but dominating.
I don't know any Leos.
No.
Libra, empathetic but indecisive. Does he seem empathetic? Does he seem indecisive to you?
No, he doesn't. Dad's always made like, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And that's what he got done. You know?
So bullshit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Scorpio, intense but secretive.
I don't know any Scorpios.
I don't know any Scorpios on your side.
The ex bitches that I used to fuck with.
The ex
Sneaky.
bitches that I used to fuck with.
I know that's-
Sneaky ass.
I know that
bitches.
Scorpios are usually it's like October, end of September, beginning of October, like October month.
No,
It's like
that's
November. It's like November.
Oh, November?
yeah.
Okay.
Remember, Dad's beginning of October.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Sagittarius. Who do we know any Sagittarius?
Teresa Sagittarius.
Spontaneous but flighty.
Yeah.
No, Teresa's always been like not flighty. Like
No,
if
she's-
she said she's gonna be there, she's gonna be there.
Yeah, she's very.
Anthony's flighty.
What? That's not what
No,
flighty
Anthony's
means.
late.
There you go.
Capricorn, goal-oriented but unforgiving.
That's Pop. Pop was a Sagittarius.
Pop was
Or
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Capricorn.
Pop was always forgiving.
Pop was very forgiving. Yeah.
What was the other one?
He was a Jesus lover. He
Goal-oriented.
had to.
Was
be
Pop
forgiven.
goal oriented?
No,
No, he had no goals in his
no,
life.
he did, but it's a whole
Yikes.
long story.
I love the man, but
Yeah. He was just let time go. Like whatever.
Aquariuses. Do we have any Aquariuses?
Sarah's an
Sarah?
Aquarius.
Yes.
Philosophical but detached.
No shit. That's spot on.
I mean, yeah. There's no.
No, not for you.
There are so many times that Sarah will like go deep into something where I'm like,
What are you, West?
Uh,
you an Aquarius? No.
A Pisces.
Pisces.
so there's so many times like Sarah will go deep dive into something to the point where like I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. So
That's just her listening to too many podcasts.
that. And what's the other one?
Detached.
Oh yeah, because she extrapolates like this is what it all means. I'm like, calm the fuck down. Put your feet back on earth.
All right. And the last one is a Pisces, sir. This one, half of it is true because I've known you that well. So Mr. West is a Pisces.
Yes.
Whimsical, but oversensitive. He is not sensitive whatsoever.
No, not oversensitive.
I
No.
am pretty soft though.
He is whimsical.
Absolutely.
I love the man for that.
Like you have no idea. Like he
I am
might.
pretty soft though. I'll
Like
say
if
that.
like
Are
you
you
wa-
soft at your core?
Yeah.
If you walk in on Wes just being Wes, he might be tap dancing or he might be shadow boxing. You have no idea.
Yeah. Nah. That's valid.
That's very valid.
That's very valid.
So, let's get into the origin. So, it's basically the roots run deep in the in history for this.
I was
So-
gonna say because like hasn't every culture pretty much at some point just like looked up at the stars and just like looked for that to guidance?
Yeah.
And that's like in every culture.
So, according to this, that astrology has run so deep in history, from the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia to the mystical practices of the Egyptians and the Greeks. The stars have always held a profound influence over human affairs, and that's what happened. Like from everything that we talk about, like all this shit is from old Babylonia and Mesopotamia.
So
That's
when
where
did it
we
start? When did people start?
So circa 1800 BCE. So 1800 years before Christ.
Mm-hmm.
This is Mesopotamia and Babylon.
Well,
Yeah.
well, we gotta take in consideration that Mesopotamia was like the oldest civilization that we have on like record.
Yeah, you're talking about the cradle of humanity where like algebra was born. Back when they were able to look at something and calculate the curvature of the earth, and they didn't have satellites or computers or anything.
They just looked up at the fucking stars.
Not even at the stars. They were able to calculate the circumference of the earth using shadows. You're just talking like the way the
So
shadows
even
hit.
back then, before we had like modern science as we know it, we knew the Earth was round.
Yes. Yes.
Fuck you, flat earthers. So this one, I'm not gonna. Oh, here we go. Speak.
Give me July's. What was July's? Is that a?
It's a Cancer.
Cancer.
That's Kevin and Keith. All right. So what would be?
Let me go back to that. Like you're like 8 seconds behind us.
Yeah,
but
I
thank
just
you.
was thinking about that.
Cancer would be passionate, but they don't know how to communicate.
Bingo.
That's very true.
That's bingo.
All right, so let's. It goes back astrology. Yes, there we go. Goes back to the one of the earliest Hindu texts on astronomy and astrology. I'm not gonna try to read this. It's Verdanga Geostia.
I love how you tried to not read it.
I know,
and you're still reading.
But I'm like, it's like the best. Like, I don't speak other languages. I barely speak English.
That's true.
Yeah, the text is dated between
And you decided to host a podcast. Right on you, buddy.
Fuck you. The text is dated between 1400 BCE to final centuries by various scholars according to astronomical and linguistic evidences. Chinese astrology was elaborated in the Zhou dynasty, or Zhou dynasty, 1046 to 256 BCE. Hellenistic astrology after 332 mixed Babylonian astrology with Egyptian Decanic astrology in Alexandria, creating horoscope astrology.
So it's an amalgamation of all these ancient ideas of what astrology was.
Yep. And all of these people looked up at the stars and was like it amazes me how I wonder if like they knew like, okay, that's a Cancer constellation. You know, like, it's
no,
just
they
like
didn't. They looked at it and went, "Wow, I connected the dots." And it was used like, okay, stargazing was used as a form of navigation.
yeah,
right,
for ships and stuff.
For
like
ships,
that, yeah.
right? So they were able to look at the stars and determine where they are and find their heading and all that shit. And over time, they used the stars and went, okay, well, these stars kind of look like this. And we're going to say when you're in this part of the world, you see that constellation, you're on this route. So
Yeah,
it was like almost like a stop sign or
What
something
they're
like
also
that.
saying is early evidence for humans making conscious attempts to measure, record, and predict seasonal changes
Also true.
by reference to astronomical cycles appears as marking on bones and cave walls, which show that lunar cycles that were being noted as early as 25,000 years ago.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
We've been looking at the stars for a long goddamn time.
Like that's amazing to me.
I mean, it's really not that far off, because if you think about it, like if you have a bright, clear night sky and you see so many stars, aren't you just gonna naturally want to look up?
Yep.
Well, yeah. I mean, I look up all the time, even we're in northern New Jersey, and like we're
light pollution.
Yeah, we're 15 miles,
Yeah,
or
about
25 miles out of New York City, which you're gonna get so much fucking light pollution from New York City. But we also live in a big city ourselves, so you're gonna get light pollution no matter what. So we see basic constellations like your Big Dippers and all that, the brightest of the stars, but we don't see.
We can see the North Star. We can see Venus.
Yeah, we see the planets.
We could see every single planet up to Uranus, because after that you need to have a telescope. And the only reason we're able to discover Uranus and Neptune is because we saw how its gravity affected a closer planet. That's the only reason. Because when we see when we saw a planet start doing something, and we're like, that's kind of irregular, we knew that there had to be something behind it, which was also being having its own gravity and affecting that planet, and we're like, oh, okay, well, it works on this, it's got to work there, and then there you go. I forget his name, but he actually was able to sit there and go, if I look where that spot in the sky, I should see something, and there it was, Uranus.
Now, so then my question would be
George. His name was George something.
So were these constellations always attached to like gods and shit like that in these cultures? Because it seems like they're always like attached.
Well,
to
yeah,
something.
I mean, when you got like what is one of them is a Capricorn, the one that's riding on a horse.
No, Capricorn's like a goat.
All right,
Yeah,
so-
remember we talked about that in our sea creature episode.
Well, what's the one that's a horse? Sagittarius, I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay, well there you go. So that was a
Riding
mythical
a chariot.
creature, right? It's a mythical creature. They've attached. Look, you got primitive cultures that look up at the sky and they can see millions and millions of stars, not knowing what it is, can't touch them, thinking that it's something so important that they have to attach something greater to it to satisfy their own soul.
Do you know what also amazed me about this shit? And this is kind of like a two thing. So you have this, which is all of it. Like they're looking up at the stars, they're thinking all that, which is fucking, we still do that to this day.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
But at the same time, these same cultures thought if they did something wrong, the sun's gonna punish them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's so like oh you seem modern in this aspect, but you seem so
It's not modern though.
not dated, but like
It's-
so like
Primitive.
yeah, primitive. Like
But I got it. It's not modern. What you just said. Looking up at the stars is not modern. It's just part of human curiosity.
Yeah.
It's not like because we're modern right now in 2024, and we have a basic
think.
understanding of how everything works. You go back 2,500, 3,000 years ago, something like that. They might not have understood it, but they were still in awe of it, and we're still in awe of it now. So you look to the heavens to try to find some meaning and purpose in life if you believe in that. But
my question for that is, and I think we'll end it on this
we
question.
know now that doesn't matter.
End this segment before we go to break. When they say these cultures themselves, like when we're talking about the Mesopotamians, the Babylonians,
Sure.
obviously the I wouldn't want to say poor, but like the low man, he's not as far as
the common
the
man?
common man. There we go. He's not. He doesn't have money to learn or anything like that at these times. The people who really got into all this stuff were the people who did have money or the scientists at this point. What wasn't it?
No.
priests.
He's right. It was religious leaders who were able to look at the sky and make a determination about what they're seeing and say
Wouldn't
how
they
it
be
affects-
classified as scientists then?
Not really,
It
because
kind-
science
yeah,
itself
yes,
wasn't.
Yes and no.
It's like a not really yes and no kind of situation. They were asking questions and they're trying to figure shit out, but they had no real means of technology to give them answers. So they were extrapolating these concepts and ideas based off of what they're seeing. But that's not how the scientific method works as it does now. We still start in the same place, but now we also have ways to experiment and verify those results. They didn't. It starts with observation first. From both cultures, that's similar. Then you ask yourself a question. Then it separates. We experiment. They tried to experiment. They had their own experiments, but they led to much different conclusions.
It usually ends up more faith based because there's no real form of way of
Absolutely
like
right.
of proving that so and so God is actually attached to fucking Mars or whatever.
So would you consider this a faith-based? I don't know, a faith.
It's definitely faith based because you're
Like a philosophy.
Yeah, philosophy.
you're
Finishing my sentences tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome.
yeah, it's definitely faith based because you have to believe that the stars in their configurations have
Means something.
some sort of impact of us down here on Earth. And spoiler alert, it fucking doesn't. Mind you, all the things that we see, everything with astrology, all the stars we see in the sky, is only in our universe, galaxy,
Solar system.
our galaxy. We're not seeing anything past the Milky Way galaxy because those stars are too fucking far away. So everything that we're seeing is right here at home. So you're going to tell me that the stars that are just on our roof line matter to us down here when there's so many billions and trillions of stars past that have no impact on Earth?
Well, yeah, and when you brighten it up, as we've seen with a lot of telescopes, when you brighten up and see those stars that are behind the stars in which we see with the naked eye, you can't sit there and connect any dots or make any pictures because there's so many of them that it just looks like just little dots here and there.
It looks like white noise.
Yeah. So we're going to take another break. We're going to take a break here, and when we get back, we're going to talk about more about astrology in the 21st century and why people believe in it so much.
And then I have something, just like everything on Earth, there's a good aspect and a bad aspect. I have the Black Zodiac to talk about.
Huh?
Ooh.
Yeah, the Black Zodiac.
Calm down. We'll be right back. Please go listen to some of our sponsors.
Are you a filmmaker, cosplayer, or special effects enthusiast looking to take your creations to the next level? Then look no further than New Rule FX. From realistic props to professional grade special effects equipment, New Rule FX has everything you need to bring your vision to life. Explore their extensive catalog of high-quality products and unleash your creativity like never before. Visit our link in the description to shop now below.
Hey everybody, I'm JC3.
And I'm Mr. West.
And this episode is brought to you by Dubby. Made by professionals in the USA, Dubby was formulated to give you focus and energy with no jitters or crash. Their formula contains vitamins, amino acids, including the patented neurofactor. You know what Dubby doesn't give you?
What's that?
No calories,
No calories.
no sugars,
No sugar.
no fillers,
No fillers.
and no artificial flavors. When the raw ingredients arrive to their FDA-registered and inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP guidelines, they undergo a quarantine while a small sample of each ingredient is taken to test for any impurities, while also being tested to ensure that the ingredients are actually what they are supposed to be and have the proper dosage.
And once the ingredients pass all the tests, then they're cleared to get mixed into the formula. So head on over to dubby.gg and use our offer code IsThisRealPC for 10% off your first order. That's DUBBY.GG and use the code IsThisRealPC for 10% off. They have great flavors such as Galaxy Grenade, Dub Sludge, Passion Joy Tea, Monkey Madness, and Dragonade. My personal favorites.
Dragonade right here. I got Dragonade right here. Delicious.
Drink Dubby.
And be better.
These products are not intended to diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.
Who wants better sex? And who wants better sex starting now? The best way to get started is go to adamandeve.com.
Adam and Eve is offering 50% off just any item.
But that's not all. When you select your one item, you will also get 3 bonus items. That includes a gift for him, a special gift for her, and a gift you'll both like.
Plus 6 free movies for your viewing pleasure and free shipping.
There is discreet shipping as your privacy is priority. Plus 100% free shipping on your entire order.
Doesn't matter how much you spend or what you buy, it will all be packaged and sent discreetly for free.
Don't wait. Better sex is just one click away.
That's 50% off one item, 3 free gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping.
Bring more pleasure and satisfaction to your bedroom.
Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy or anything you desire.
Just enter code QUESTION at checkout.
That's question, QUESTION at adamandeve.com.
This exclusive offer is specific to this podcast only. So be sure at checkout you punch in the code QUESTION. That is QUESTION at checkout. And get your 50% off one item, 10 free gifts, and free shipping. Remember, use code QUESTION. Also remember to listen to Is This Real every Sunday at 8 o'clock with new episodes starting July 16th. Remember, everybody, question everything and put that question at the end of your checkout.
adamandeve.com.
And welcome back, everybody, as we continue our astrology episode. I want to keep on saying astronomy, but it's astrology.
Yes.
And in this segment, like in the previous segment, we were talking about astrology and how it began and the aspects of each individual sign and whatnot and what they mean. Now we're going to get into the modern world and how what it means for us.
These witch bitches.
Excuse me?
I crashed my car. I'm sorry. I'm an asparagus. Mercury was in Gatorade. I just couldn't control myself. That's the problem with astrology in 2024. You have people who blame their signs on their behavior and they don't take accountability for being a jackass.
I want to know, and I
Is that
haven't.
part of that dark Zodiac that you're talking about?
No,
Wait,
that's
no.
something
So-
completely different.
So is that like? No, I'm sorry.
That's
No, that's fine. Can someone research for me? Because I know I have the computer in front of me, but I can't find it. When and how they choose which zodiac sign is for which month or which period?
That was established way back when. We just never changed it. Like,
Well, no, because they want to change it.
they want to change it?
Yeah, do you remember like last year? I think it was they wanted to like move up the dates of
Oh,
all
yeah,
the zodiac
They wanted
signs,
to add like a 13th sign or some shit like
or
that.
something like that, where like I wasn't gonna be a Gemini anymore, and I'm like, how could you do that? I mean, I don't give a fuck. I don't believe in it, but like if I become like a Sagittarius and everyone's like, well. Then you can't tell me that I'm a fucking typical Gemini. He's a typical Gemini here.
He's a fucking Sag. He's a fucking Sag.
A Sag. So like, let's
So shifting the zodiac sign.
I would assume it was based on just like whatever season you're in, like fall, spring, etc.
etc.
The cause of the shifting in zodiac signs is... Sorry. I'm blocking that. The cause of the shifting in zodiac signs is precession, the slight wobble Earth experiences as it orbits the sun. It says here that the gravity of the moon and the sun, and to a lesser extent the planets, acts on Earth's equatorial bulge caused by the planet's rotation to shift its axis of rotation. Known as a precession, this wobble has a 25,800 year cycle. To picture this, imagine a pole extending out of Earth's North Pole. Watching this pole over the course of 25,800 years, we would see it trace out a circle over the Earth, like a perfect circle. This means that the North Pole isn't always pointing in the same direction as the background stars of its celestial sphere and the effect that accumulates. So, over the course of 25,000 years, the North Pole is pointing in a different direction, which affects the way the angle of which we see the stars.
That's why
Which
they
is
wanted to
why
change
we have
it.
dum-dums who go, the stars never change, that way it's flat. No, asshole. You live on this earth for 80 years. The stars will change over the next 25,000 years. You won't be around to see it, but it does happen. That's what it does.
So in the Western world,
Uh-huh.
which is the area in which we live in, it uses the tropical zodiac, which is aligned to the equinox points.
Can we put subtitles in this fucking podcast for people
Yeah,
watching
as you
you?
stumble on your own words. Fuck off. Western astrology is founded on the movements and relative positions of celestial bodies such as the sun, moon, and planets, which is aligned with the zodiac signs and stuff like that. 12, we're talking about the 12 and their aspects, blah, 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 blah. They are also considered by their placement in houses. Astrology's modern representation in Western popular media is usually reduced to sun sign astrology, which considers the zodiac sign of the sun at an individual's date of birth and represents only half, or 1 of 12, of the total chart. The horoscope visually expresses a set of relationships for the time and the place of the chosen event. These relationships are between the 7 planets, signifying tendencies such as war and love.
Yeah, we have 8 planets, though. I mean, okay, 7 minus Earth, because doesn't affect us.
Yeah.
We're from there. Okay.
Even though they're are 8 other planets.
No, there's not.
Yes, there are.
Can I ask a
Pluto's
question?
not a planet.
Pluto
Let me
is
ask a question. If they want to change these things, is there some kind of official office that's, who's in charge?
It's I don't know.
I mean, it's like the United States.
Well, I mean, they have a thing where you can buy stars. I mean, I wonder if it might be under the same department.
So basically, this is an official. There's some lunatic sitting in an office somewhere saying he controls.
I
this
would
shit?
say it's. I don't think it's more. I don't think it's government. I think it's more science and scientists.
Pseudoscience.
Yeah.
But I
like,
mean, who?
Someone's thinking about this shit.
Okay, so where do you go to change it? Do you got to fill out a form or?
I don't. Do I look like the step-by-step guide of how to
Well, I'm
change
asking you
astronomical signs?
because this is like something that's in the fucking public domain.
But it's been in every newspaper all the time.
Oh, because
Like every newspaper is gonna have it. People, there's you know how many apps there are on your phone
it's kind of
that
like
can tell you your astrology, like your horoscope.
it's kind of like the Dear Abby and all these other ones that you read to, and you see other people's problems to make yourself feel better. It's the same shit. It's weak-minded individuals that would actually follow this shit.
So it says here, Western astrology operates on several fundamental laws and principles, and these create a framework for people to understand. Number 1 is the law of correspondence. This law suggests that there is a correspondence or a connection between the celestial bodies and Earth. So that's the first thing, right? Second thing is the law of planetary influence. According to this law, each planet in the solar system has its own energy and characteristics that can influence different aspects of an individual's life. Then you have the law of signs. Western astrology divides the zodiac into 12 signs, each represented with specific qualities and traits. The law of signs states that the position of the sun at the time of a person's birth determines their sign and influences their personality and life path. And then you have the law of aspects, which refers to the angles formed between the planets in a birth chart.
Can I read that one?
Hold on
please?
real quick. And then lastly, you have the law of transits. The law focuses on the current positions and the movements in relation to a birth chart.
Can I explain the aspect one?
Please, because I don't.
This one
understand
doesn't make
either.
any
This
fucking
is
sense to me.
It's all
Ready?
dumb.
So the third kind is the aspect of each planet to every other planet, where, for example, 2 planets that are 120 degrees apart in trine are in a harmonious relationship, but 2 planets 90 degrees apart square are in a conflicted relationship. I don't know how these people got this information.
When I say conflicted relationship, as far as what?
Like they're
Mercury walked in on Mars plowing Jupiter because he likes a fat ass. Saturn.
I'm
won't
not
ch-
normally bewildered on these subjects. I mean, some of them I just absolutely abhor, but this is fucking insanity at this point. I mean, come on.
Fuck them. Together, these relationships and their interpretations are said to form the language of the heavens speaking to learned man.
Yeah, okay.
Along with tarot divination, astrology is one of the core studies of the Western world, and as such has influenced systems of magical belief, not only among Western people, but also belief systems such as Wicca, which we're going to talk about later in the season, which have borrowed from or been influenced by the Western esoteric tradition. Tanya Lerman has said that all magicians know something about astrology and refers to the table of correspondence in Starhawk's The Spinal Dance, organized by planet, as an example of the astrological lore studied by the magicians. Now, what the
Means it's all
fuck
full of shit.
is Starhawk? She's a woman. Oh, she's a pagan. Well, I don't want to assume her gender.
Paganism is not a gender; it's a religion.
No, I said she.
That's this week.
I said she's a woman.
Next week, pagan will be the 17th gender.
She was born Miriam Simos on June 17th, 1951. She's an American feminist and author. She is known as a theorist of feminist neo-paganism and ecofeminism.
I really, really, really want to read her tax returns. I need to know how she makes any money.
And I believe she wrote a book called The Spiral Dance. It's called The Spiral Dance, A Rebirth of the Ancient Religion of the Greek Goddess. It is a neo-pagan, it's about neo-pagan beliefs and practices. It was first published in 79, with a second edition in 89, and with a third edition in 99. In the classic book on Wicca, it is a classic book on Wicca, modern witchcraft, spiritual feminism, the goddess movement, and ecofeminism.
You know, if she
Your
was,
answer.
if she was Native American, they would call her "she who talks to plants."
That is this in the Western world.
So she believes and made an entire career over made up bullshit.
You gotta
Well,
understand.
paganism. Okay, if we're gonna go back to paganism, there's a lot of shit in this world today that's based on paganism.
Absolutely, still made up bullshit.
I mean, it's spiritual.
Made up bullshit.
See, he doesn't
And I
tie-
believe in God, mind you. Let's keep that in frame. I do believe that there's a God out there.
Hey, can you show me that God?
No, I can't. It's faith based.
Right. So then these people have their faith based too.
I understand that. That's fine. That,
Somebody can come up to you and say, God is bullshit.
I understand that. But believe me, I've had that debate too.
Okay,
My best
so-
friend is an atheist. I understand
You
that.
know, it's like my grandfather used to say.
I know.
It's-
Kosi.
It is such a weird. This whole subject is just such a weird, like.
Concept.
It is like through. Obviously, now we're talking about someone who talked about paganism, and this is something I don't know if it
Well, its
aligns
roots
with
run
paganism.
deep. Its roots run really, really deep.
And I don't think we
Yeah.
have enough time to sit there and go how fucking far back astrology
No,
does.
you don't. You really don't. But you got to
You know, in
understand
an hour
something.
program. You know,
You got to understand. Just take a look at all the occult shops that are around. Not even the occult, the mystical shops that are around.
It's all a cult, but yeah.
Okay. This is a big, big business. People believe in it.
You want to know what's fucked up?
Hold on.
Okay.
They'll believe in it because they'll take 10 different things. One of them will come true or it'll come close to being true. And they'll say, see,
Oh yeah,
It works for me.
it's vague. You know what I mean? Like you.
Well, he
Well,
talked
just like
about the
with-
same thing. Sorry, he talked. I don't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
But he talked the same thing about last season when we were talking about predictions of how vague these things can be.
Right.
And I don't know if they align with the same shit because I guess astrology, if you read your horoscope, it's kind of like a prediction about what might happen to you or
Yeah, it's like,
what
hey,
you're
stay
feeling
away.
in.
Stay. Your Capricorn friend today. You know, if you're reading the Taurus, it's like, hey, your best friend or your friend who's a Capricorn might do something shady. So do your best to avoid any conflicts with your Capricorn.
what
friend.
we should have done is we should have
All that is bullshit because at the end of the day, if you start feeding into all that shit that they're printing out, like, oh, like this is gonna happen, this, that, and the third, then next thing you know, you're gonna start thinking about it, and then you're gonna pull that same shit that they're talking about, and you're gonna
Self-fulfilling
and then
prophecy.
and then you're gonna be like, oh my god, this shit is actually really fucking
Well,
true, and it's all bullshit.
I want to know when you open up the newspaper and it's there.
Yeah.
There's always a little snippet of what the day's going to be like or what
Sure.
your fortune is.
Yeah, that's
Now,
a
my que-
horoscope.
Who writes these things?
It's a horoscope writer.
Now here, okay,
So where are
here's-
they getting it from?
They're
here's
making
my
it up.
question. Here's my question.
Go on, Wes.
All right,
What do
don't
you
yell
think-
at me? I'm just asking
What
a
do you think?
question.
What do you
The
think?
whole
What do you
fucking
think?
thing
God
up.
damn it! I'm trying to speak.
Sorry.
What do you think about those fucking rich motherfuckers that are like they're using fucking astrology for their fucking rituals and shit?
Rituals. I'm as far as ritual stuff. I mean, again, that goes more into the Wicca and witchcraft.
You mean when they sacrifice a baby for the adrenochrome?
That's right.
What the fuck are we talking about here?
I don't know. I just it's like went real south real quick.
No, I know what you mean. Like
Because there are people out there that claim that these rich fucking families, like Rockefellers, Rothschilds, all these people, that because they've been in power for so long that they've been tied to the occult, and they know some sort of supernatural shit, and that they use astrology for rituals and this, that, and the third. Again, they're conspiracies. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
know
sit
what
here.
you
I'm not
mean.
gonna sit here and say that. Oh yeah, I know exactly what they're talking about, but because
that's the thing though.
it's
Like
just something that goes on the internet. I just wanted to see
when-
what you guys
Sure.
think about it.
when I think about that stuff, like obviously none of us in this booth know what what type of rituals they perform. And even if it is based on any type of astrology. Like, this could be, again, this is shit that's on the internet. And with the internet, what's the old saying? Believe half of what you read and even less of what you see, or something like that.
Trust none of what you hear and even less of what you see.
Yeah. So you could sit there and apply that to that type of aspect. But as far as the rituals and whatnot and for rich people or what occult they're using, we don't know. Like, we don't know if they're really basing it off astrology or off the planets or off stars or anything like that. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because it does. I mean, there's been many, for as many things we hear about and have kind of video proof about the things we see in these secret societies that pop up.
Yeah.
There's some type of ritualistic activity happening. Now, is it formed based on astrology? I don't know. Like, we don't have, like, that's the thing, that we don't have clear cut, like a live concert video.
Sure.
Of these, like,
And there's nobody
just
talking.
imagine that it's Bill Clinton, like, on today's episode.
Yeah. There's no one coming out and saying,
and here's
like,
here's gonna perform at the fucking
at the foot of the giant owl.
yeah.
Moloch himself.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
But yeah, it's such a this like, it's interesting. I'm not gonna say it's not.
The history's always interesting because it's so
It's
expensive.
not. It's not even about the history. Like the aspect of looking to the stars and feeling a connection with the stars that you think it's on a personal level. It's like
Sure.
the stars are talking to me. I could see something like that because people look up to think that, you know, for if you want to get really religious, people look up to the stars and like, I'm looking up at the heavens, you know, something like that, and they want to feel that in a personal touch. Like, I get all that. It's interesting to a point, but to really think like how some people in the booth do, where, oh, I know exactly what these two, they're a bunch of Geminis. I don't know, they're doing that because they're Geminis. That there's a point to where I'm like, okay, calm down.
The idea of looking up at
just
the
because
stars,
a constellation is a constellation doesn't have anything to do with what the fuck I do.
No, I agree with you, but I mean, there are many things that. There are many examples where you can look at somebody and go, oh, that's exactly like that. Their behavior is exactly what the Zodiac predicted. And that's nothing to do with the Zodiac. It's just they're an asshole. And you can interpret.
Thank you. I'll take that.
You interpret things differently because someone might look at you and be like, oh, that's a typical Gemini move. And then somebody who else will go, well, I don't really see that.
All I can tell you this much. They're born a day apart and they act exactly alike.
Maybe
So-
it's because I'm her child, and I grew up around her.
Maybe.
You don't
I
think
think-
Teresa and Amanda act like mom?
All I got to tell you is I just checked my horoscope, and on Thursday, May 2nd, it's going to become a very important day for me.
Why are you looking into the future?
I'm not. I'm just. I punched it in.
Thursday,
and that's
May
what-
2nd?
Thursday, May 2nd. See, this will become useful for you in order to know how to navigate everything that's coming your way.
Okay.
God, you're such a girl.
That fucking check
Thank
comes in
you.
on the 2nd of May. Fuck yous all.
Thank you.
That's called coincidence.
Like I hate the 16-year-old white girl. That just,
I love how it's like he's looking at the May 2nd one. I'm like, sir, it is Sunday the 21st.
It's May
I
May
didn't write it,
2nd.
They did.
And then I love when they read it. It's like, and then 2 days later, a tragedy strikes. Like, yes, all your money's gone now. Like,
Well, that's that's good because we didn't start with much anyway, so it doesn't
all right,
matter.
so, Wes, do you have anything else to add?
No.
During this segment.
Yeah, for this segment. 'cause
I want
we're-
to go get a piece of that catfish real
Yeah,
quick.
we're gonna come back. We're gonna take our second break.
It's actually
then,
pretty good.
Yeah, we're gonna take our second break, and then we want to talk about the
Black Zodiac.
the Black Zodiac. So we'll be right back. Please go listen to more of our sponsors, and you'll hear more about the Black Zodiac. We'll be right back. Calling all cat lovers. Are you tired of your furry friend taking over your living space? Say hello to Cat Cave Co., your one-stop shop for all things stylish cat furniture. Their modern design seamlessly blend into your home decor while providing your cat with a cozy sanctuary of their own. Discover the perfect piece for your feline friend today using the link in the description and reclaim your space without compromising your style. Your cat will thank you.
Hey, fellow truth seekers. Want to take your love for the Is This Real podcast to the next level? Check out our exclusive merchandise line designed for curious minds like yours in mind. From comfy tees and hoodies to stylish mugs and accessories, our merchandise is the best way for you to show your passion for unraveling the mysteries of the fucking universe. Visit our online store at isthisrealpc.com and gear up to explore the universe in style. Don't just listen, wear your curiosity with pride with Is This Real podcast merchandise.
Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than isisrealpc.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit isisrealpc.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at isisrealpc.com. Welcome back, everybody, as we get to this final segment of this episode, as we end this episode with astrology, and we take our final thoughts on what astrology means to our particular selves.
Wait, I thought we were going to talk about the Black Zodiac.
And that.
Okay.
Go on with the Black Zodiac, Anthony.
So just like everything in life, you have a good and you have a bad. And nobody, when they write these stupid things in the newspaper, talk about the bad things that are going to happen.
You can hear that with the in the microphone. Please stop.
So you're ready. So Aries is also known as the Tyrant.
Isn't Aries the god of war?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's in Greek mythology.
Yes, which is what these things were based off of.
And other things. The Tyrant makes, so this is like the bad part of like if you're born under this sign, this is the negative aspects of your personality or whatever.
Born under a bad sign.
The Tyrant is overly ambitious and driven by constant dissatisfaction. Nothing's ever good enough for the Tyrant. So they constantly they constantly worked for what they want. Nothing. What's worse is they're impatient. What do you call it? So there you go. So that's the Tyrant. That's Aries.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's ever good enough for them.
AKA Dad.
Well, he's not an Aries. I am.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying.
Okay,
Are you
number
serious? You're the most more laid back motherfucker I've ever
two.
met.
That's
in my life.
this is why I think it's bullshit. Number 2, Taurus, the fallen demon. Hi, Amanda.
Now, folks, now we're getting into the meat.
The
Yes.
fallen demon can't let go of past failures or hurts. Every person experiences good or bad throughout life, but the dark side of the Taurus
Shut up. Stop looking at
fixated.
the camera. Stop looking at the camera. Stop looking at the camera.
It fixates on the negative only.
Wes, Amanda's a Taurus.
This dark sign is pessimistic and believe misery follows them wherever they go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just seen Amanda yesterday. Like,
They're also extremely hard to impress or satisfy since they can only imagine the downsides of any gift or blessing.
This is
that's Amanda to a T.
more Amanda than anything black,
I mean,
white, green, or whatever.
Just yesterday alone, she lost her keys, and then the whole world fell apart. I'm canceling vacation. This is it. I'm not going to have a job anymore. I'm going to get tossed out of my house.
The fallen,
My cat's going to die. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
and the cat was in her car.
the fallen demon can get overly obsessed with material possessions and appear shallow.
And that's not Amanda. Amanda's not shallow.
No, but Amanda is perfect. She leads with her heart, but she's also wacky. I'm sorry to tell
Next is Gemini, also known as the basilisk. The basilisk.
I'm a fucking serpent.
A basilisk was an ancient serpent.
you. Okay.
The basilisk is vindictive and venomous towards anyone who wrongs them.
I'm not vindictive.
Oh, not at all.
Maybe not vindictive, but you're definitely venomous.
Well, because you're a fucking asshole.
See? Ready for this? When the dark side of the
No, fuck you. Hold up. No.
Oh wait, we all can be brought under the
Wait,
carpet.
no, hold up. No, there's a
There's the
difference.
vindictive side
No,
coming out.
it's not vindictive.
It's
It's not
venomous.
vindictive or venomous. He has said on record multiple times that he says things just to piss me off.
Yeah.
So when you poke the tiger and the tiger bites your fucking hand off and you go, oh, the tiger's venomous. No. You're provoking it.
We're not talking about the times I piss you off intentionally.
But Joey, he does it when he says hello. He's doing it to piss you off.
Well, a perfect example. We're driving past. We were at Dunkin' Donuts today. I was like, oh no, Burger King for a man today, and I was like, man, every time I call this Burger King to fix their signs, they're always like, fuck it. Look at it, he's so pissed off. I don't want to hear about your fucking job.
But
don't care about your fucking
but
signs.
but it's not even that. I would give it a pass if it's one time. Every time there's a little fucking flicker in some business's sign, I have to call them. I know signs. I know lights. Shut the fuck up.
See, that's my point. You're making the point for me. Are you ready for to hear the rest of the description?
Help me.
When the dark side of Gemini feels offended, they won't just get angry at someone. They'll set out to ruin their entire existence. Also called the Hydra, this dark sign has little to no empathy, can be highly critical, and will blame any of their shortcomings or failures on other people. Often, this over-the-top pettiness comes back to hurt the basilisk too. When the basilisk's wrath is justified, others might hold respect for this sign. However, their respect will be rooted in fear. Manage your anger with positive self-talk, perform breathing exercises to reduce stress, and channel your feelings in a productive way like journaling or venting to a counselor.
First of all,
the next one is called Cancer. The next one is, or known as the Serpent. The Serpent is a master manipulator with a falsely sweet facade. Who do we know that's a Cancer? We said someone in this booth, or we knew someone.
What's the date?
That's anywhere between June 21st to July 22nd.
that's Kevin and Keith.
Uncles, Caden, Janessa. Yep.
I can't say Janessa or Caden
no.
like that, but
No,
I
they're
think
children.
Kevin's
Well, they're
definitely
children.
like that.
Yeah. The dark version of Cancer has a magnetic charm that leads people to innocently trust them. The Serpent will typically use those people to get what they want, whether it's a social status, money, relationship, or possessions. Most of the time, the victims never have a clue they're being used. Like a traditional Cancer, the Serpent can be so moody that it's difficult for others to understand them or to understand what they're feeling.
I'm sorry, that describes my brother to a T. I love him to death, but that's my brother Kevin to a T. No
Now
question.
we move on to July 23rd to August 22nd. Leo, the War Maiden. That's
Scary.
epic.
We don't know anybody who was born in August, do we?
Yeah.
Not during that time.
Yes, I do. Go ahead.
Who?
My cousin Laura.
Oh, okay. Ready? The War Maiden's severe insecurities forces them to live in an illusion. Like Leo, this dark zodiac sign craves attention and has a flair for the dramatic. When they're ignored or feel slighted, they may lie to themselves to pretend that they rule the world while emotionally pushing away whoever wronged them. Or punishing whoever wronged them.
That does not describe Lori.
They accomplish this by gaining someone's trust with their charisma and then using them to further their own social status or agenda.
No, that's completely opposite my cousin. Completely opposite my cousin.
They can also be highly observant and can see the truth in any situation, both good or bad. Whether they use this information for noble or evil causes is up to anyone's guess.
Yeah, well, Laura is. There's no way she was ever vindictive. She don't have a. I mean, Laura is just a fun-loving person,
Yeah.
but don't piss her off. That's all I got to tell you.
Next, we hit Virgo. This is August 23rd. August 23rd to September 22nd. This would be Joshua, Roadblock, Lord Roadblock,
And our great Izzy.
and Izzy. Yes, that's right. The Maelstrom is an overly possessive lover with a very short temper. Dark Virgos are loving and loyal, but they give into jealousy easily. When they feel hurt, cheated on, or betrayed for any reason, they tend to take out their anger on the person they love by manipulating them or downright being cruel. They get so blinded by their feelings, it's nearly impossible to calm them down and rarely admit when it's their fault or they took things too far.
That sounds like Joshua a little bit.
A little bit, but not too much.
Not too much. That
I
does
just-
not sound like Isaiah at all.
No.
Izzy's the kind of guy that if he gets hurt or something, he kind of like it's internal with him. He brings it in.
But he'll talk about it, and like try to figure it out later on.
Later on, he'll talk about it. He won't talk about it when
Not in
he
the
is
moment,
hurt.
right? Next, Libra, also known as the ravenous. The ravenous is self-critical and struggles to see their good qualities. Did you not, before we even started the podcast tonight, you called yourself a bum?
Yeah, I did so far so good. Keep going.
These dark Libras succumb completely to their inner demons and never think they're good enough. Similar to the tyrant, Aries, this sign constantly strives for more. However, they're driven by insecurity rather than ambition or greed. They're cunning and energetic, but may waste their time and that of others trying to perfect things that don't fucking matter.
Bingo.
Do
you believe in it now?
No,
Like a
nigga,
light-
because I'm the same fucking way and I know damn fucking Libra.
Like a lighthearted Libra,
Every once in a while, he comes through with a fucking knife.
the ravenous is a people pleaser. They think that by appeasing others, they'll find some salvation for their low self-esteem.
Yeah, I ain't no fucking Libra, bro. That sound like me to a T.
You're not a people pleaser. You don't give a fuck about people.
I try not to.
Counter your negative
But you're
thoughts
just
by
so
using
soft in the middle.
Counter your negative thoughts by using positive affirmations. Tell yourself things like, I am enough. I am a successful, capable person to build
I
your
am enough.
self-esteem.
I'm more than enough, obviously.
I am enough.
Number 8, Scorpio, the poisoned dart.
Who do we know that's a Scorpio?
That's October 23rd through November 21st. I'm drawing a
Our
blank.
cousin?
Okay.
And is it? No, she's February.
I don't know. Well, this is the poison dart is cold, calculating, strategic, and cunning. I don't know anybody else like this, so we're just going to move past for the sake of time.
And December would be our sister.
Sagittarius, November 22nd to December 21st.
Oh, no. Okay.
They're known as the Tempest. The Tempest pursues their desires without considering others.
Our grandmother, December 14th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pursues their desires without considering anyone else. This sign has the same wanderlust and need for adventure as its light counterpart, but unlike a typical Sagittarius, the Tempest doesn't care if someone gets hurt or sacrificed along the way. They can be selfish, rude, and avoidant, prioritizing what brings them pleasure instead of buckling down and working on their personal life, relationships, or careers. Like a Sagittarius, the Tempest is blunt and can accidentally hurt their loved ones' feelings with their words if they're not thoughtful about what to say.
You motherfuckers sit here now, and you tell me that
How's
you
the
don't
weather outside?
believe in any of this shit.
The next
Are you
one is,
serious?
The next one is called Capricorn. It's known as the Leviathan. December 22nd to January 19th.
Our sister.
And Pop.
I'm Pop.
And Pop.
The Leviathan is secretive, manipulative, and self-serving.
No, that's not Teresa.
None
Nope,
of them. Neither
neither.
one.
It wasn't Pop.
The dark Capricorn has the best poker face in the Zodiac. No one can tell what they're thinking or feeling, even if they sense that there's something sinister.
Nope, that's not Teresa or
They
Pop.
may maintain shallow friendships or appear agreeable until they see an opening for what they want. When this happens, they don't care about who gets hurt or gets betrayed.
No, Teresa's not confrontational.
Yeah. And
Teresa, if there's a confrontation, Teresa gets red and she'll be like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. It's like the Leviathan may speak negatively about or sabotage others behind their backs if it helps them succeed.
See, that's the thing, though. Like, these things are, like, so pinpoint accurate on some people, and others are like, no, it doesn't subscribe. It doesn't talk about them at all.
What would you say the percentage of that right now, the black thing?
Stop it!
I'm about 40%. So a third, I would say.
What did I say wrong?
I just see his face. He's looking at the camera like.
It's how you say it. You're just like your fucking son.
It's not what you say. It's how you say it. It's what we tell our
Okay.
mother.
It's about. I would say it's a third of the way semi-accurate.
Okay.
Yeah, the
I got
Gemini
two-
thing was not right.
So we're
about
batting 333.
I got two more left.
You'd be
Aquarius.
an all-star if you were batting 333.
I got Aquarius, which is known as the Beast.
If I was
January
batting 333, I'm in someone else's body.
January 20th to February 18th. The Beast.
I don't know anybody in
The
those
Beast
dates.
self-sacrifices and collapses underneath others' needs. Like an Aquarius, the Beast is altruistic in nature and many people depend on them. However, the Beast tends to take on more than they can handle and negates their own health, well-being, and sanity. Sarah. Eventually, everything comes crashing down, and this dark sign is left depleted and unable to take care of themselves. Sarah. The beast can be rude or overly negative when they're overwhelmed and unable to help anyone or get relief from supporting other people.
I just want to say, I think you're rude for picking on Sarah like that.
My wife will take on everyone's problems and ignore her own because those people need to get their shit done. And I'm like,
Sarah,
you also need to rest.
We're now
honey.
above 33%.
Sarah, please stab him.
Lastly, the Pisces, which is the sword.
And that's you, my friend, right?
Ready?
Mr. Waste.
Mr. West, the sword, that's what you're known as, the sword, is a sore loser and will do whatever it takes to win.
Nice. Nice.
The black inverse of Pisces is strong and frequently comes out on top, often at the expense of hurting or losing friendships. They can't imagine defeat and may use harsh words, sabotage people, or ignore their own well-being in order to succeed. They may regret their actions later on, but in the moment they act without empathy and regard for others' emotions. The sword tends to be selfish, thinking that they deserve or were meant to win. To curb your dark tendencies, pick your battles. Remember, not everything has to be a competition, and the success of another doesn't take away your own self-worth or achievements. Try to be less competitive, consider what's triggering you when you go into battle. Is it jealousy, insecurity, or anything else? Addressing these underlying emotions can help you stop comparing yourself to others and find peace.
Shut the fuck up.
I want to just remind everybody that I think most of this shit is exactly that. It's pretty much shit, and this is not to pick on any or hurt anyone's feelings.
But we're still
Wes
at
is like
35%.
Wes is turning around and is like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. Like, this is a little
still
too accurate.
So I don't know.
For the
man.
people that we know, we're at 35% because we know them. If you were to take
But they're falling into that zodiac sign.
Yeah, I understand. But if you were to go this on the macro level, right? Your personal experience is not an example.
You
of
do
the
not
overall.
mean shit. Point the camera to me. Put it right here. You don't mean shit in this world.
That's not what I was trying to get at. What I'm saying is your personal experience is not.
You don't mean shit either.
Your personal experience is not the truth when it applies to the macro.
It's your truth.
Because that's what you've experienced.
Yes, there's
if
three
you were to
sides.
objectively look at everyone and see how it applies to
There's
everyone who falls within those brackets,
Three sides to
then
every
you
story.
can divide it.
Your truth, the other person's truth, and then the actual truth. That's what that is. So, let's get down to brass tacks now. Believe in it, yes or no?
No, absolutely not.
Believe in it, yes or no?
I'm on the fence.
That's a strong fence.
I don't-
Wes, do you believe in it, yes or no?
He's
You're on the fence also? Ooh. I don't believe in this bullshit. Like, I
Did you ask
honestly
Trumpy? I mean, seriously.
We're not asking the fucking Trumpy bear.
Come on.
don't. It looks better than what Trump looks like than the last thing I saw him.
It's true. Everything. I'm a Gatorade. It's
See that guy
wonderful.
on TikTok that imitates him.
It is the
Yeah.
best. Okay.
Go down, give him chicken sandwiches.
So, anything else to add to this episode?
No.
I think
No.
we've covered astrology pretty well as far as
Correct.
the dark side and the light side of
Well, let me-
astrology.
let
The
me-
black side.
Where's the camera? Bring the camera on me. Okay, camera on me. Okay. What about you guys out there? Do you believe in it? Do you believe in astrology? Do you think that, since we're batting 33 or 4%, what do you
for
guys
us,
think?
we're batting it for the people we know.
Okay, we're still battling.
But
Now,
the people that you're talking to could
he's
turn
a
around.
fucking hog. He really is.
But the people that you're talking to could turn around and be like, yeah, I know the same amount of people you do, and none of them fit in.
Well, what do
any
you,
of
what do,
those
what do you
descriptions.
guys think in your own lives? You heard all the
Well, that's because
the
that
parameters that Anthony had here. Let's hear from you in the
Well, remember,
comments.
that's the dark side.
Yeah. Remember
We also
that
talked
he's
about
a
the light
basilisk.
side.
'Cause he's gonna-
Yeah, basically, shut the fuck up.
See? Without mercy.
Does any of them say that like you're a dick?
That's pretty much the underlying theme of all of them.
Yeah. And first of all, no. Okay, because
See, you can't let it go. End the fucking episode, Joe.
most of the
Not
time,
going
End the episode, Joe.
Another thing that Geminis have to
Most
get
of
the
the
last
time-
fucking word in.
most of the time, people actually fucking and fuck you. I am going to get the last word on the host, cocksucker.
No,
Most of the time, people turn around and
suck one
say
cock. Everybody knows about it.
they agree with me as far as telling you to shut the fuck up. And I even think sometimes you agree with me when I tell you to shut the fuck up.
Dear Lord.
Next week's episode. What are we talking about? Next week's episode, we're talking about Grimoire. Please, this is a different type of thing. This is the Grimoire is actually real things we're talking about that are based in fictional shit.
Who knows?
Well, we'll talk about it. Everyone have well, West. I didn't ask if you believed in it.
Yeah, he did. He stayed on the fence.
That's right. You did say you're on the fence. Okay. I don't know. Anthony talking pisses me off.
Fair.
See? So, anything else to add for anybody? No? West, you're good?
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you guys next week. Everybody say goodbye.
Adios, motherfuckers.
Good night,
That's
people.
me.
Remember, yeah, it's to me. Remember, everybody, question everything, and good night. The ancient Egyptians also employed magical incantations, which have also been found inscribed on amulets and other items. Would you consider Egypt kind of like the hub for magic and
That whole
Ancient occultism.
that whole area.
Yes.
That whole
that
area.
whole area, right?
The whole
It's
area.
just the Middle East.
Yes,
The
because
Middle East, yeah.
Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe? Look no further than isisraelpc.com, your one-stop destination for all things mysterious and unexplained. From captivating podcast episodes to thought-provoking articles, our website is packed with fascinating content that will leave you questioning reality. Visit isisraelpc.com today and join our community of curious minds as we explore the unknown together. Don't just wonder, discover the truth today at isisraelpc.com.